Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching. County Executive Marc Elrich hosted the first of 5 Fiscal Year 2021 operating budget forums. Elrich affirms that although revenues and expenditures seem to be evened out, there will be no wiggle room for new programs.
Fiscal picture in general seems relatively stable, meaning that revenues and expenses seem to be closely tracking each other. So the good news is it doesn't look like, at least today, we're not talking about ordering cuts in departmental budgets. And in other years, we were cutting budgets as early as July and ordering departments to cut their spending plans for next year by percentages, and we haven't had to go there yet. So we're hoping that it stays stable.
This year, the executive moved the budget forums to October and early November in order for residents to provide input earlier in the budget preparation process.
I think that it's excellent that they had it in October rather than January, because it often felt like everything was done and that we were just they're not able to absorb our comments.
I think these budget forums are great. They're highly informative, and I think all citizens should take the time to appreciate the fact that we've got a branch of government that is being open with us, letting us know what's going on, what their goals are, and giving us an opportunity to chime in.
I just enjoy talking to people about things because I like hearing what they have to say, even if they don't agree or if they're making a point that's new. It's good, and it reminds me of the complexity of the county. The people really are engaged. I mean, if you think that you can, govern without paying attention, that's a serious mistake.
The county executive's priority outcomes cover 7 key indicators: thriving youth and families, a growing economy, a greener county, a more affordable and welcoming county, easier commutes, safe neighborhoods, and effective, sustainable government. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov. County Executive Marc Elrich joined the dedication of a first protected intersection in the Mid-Atlantic region. The intersection connects a new half-mile cycle track with a previously completed section to form a 1.2-mile bikeway that protects cyclists from vehicles. The bikeway connects directly to the Paul Sarbanes Silver Spring Transit Center. The project includes the first bicycle traffic signal in Maryland.
This actually gives you a way of getting around basically the perimeter of Silver Spring, and it's safe, and that's a good thing. I would ride a safe I'd take a safe path that's a little bit longer before I took a straight path that was unsafe. And that's what this does. I think it makes it a little bit safer. I'm gonna actually come out and try this path on my bike. It should be interesting. There was nothing sheltering me going up Wayne Avenue, but once I make connection with this over by downtown on the east side, I should be able to take a spin around. I want to see what it feels like.
The protected intersection increases separation between vehicle and pedestrians and those riding bicycles and scooters, better protecting them as stated in the goals of the county's Vision Zero initiative. There are plans for additional projects like this at Bethesda and Woodman Avenues in Bethesda and Cameron and Fenton Streets in Silver Spring. Local elected officials are working hard to combat youth vaping. My MC Media's Jordan Lindsay has more details on the legislation they have in place.
Montgomery County continues to combat the national vaping crisis through legislation, and a newly introduced set of bills are aimed to reduce the access county youth have to e-cigarettes.
Youth smoking is now on the rise, youth vaping is on the rise, and it's growing at a dramatic rate. And it's an emergency. We have to stop this. We have millions of more young children using nicotine products today than 3 years ago.
The bill we introduced today specifically addresses the flavor issue, and we know that flavors are one of the many reasons that youth are being attracted in disproportionate numbers to these products. These flavors include flavors like pina colada, cotton candy, bubblegum, and so clearly these flavors have youth and children in mind.
On Tuesday, a bill was introduced that would prohibit manufacturers from distributing flavored electronic cigarettes to certain retail stores.
This bill would prevent the distribution of the sale of those types of products within virtually every school in the county, as well as public park, library, wherever youth and children congregate.
The point is to really start pushing hard against flavored vaping products, because those are the products that appeal to kids.
This bill will be added to the package of legislation intended to curb the epidemic of vaping locally.
We have also introduced a bill that would decrease the sale of all e-cigarette and vaping products within a half mile of middle schools and high schools, because we know disproportionately that youth are accessing these products. We also have introduced a bill to ensure that vape shops are not within a half mile of schools as well, because unfortunately youth are accessing those stores too. And we also know that these products have negative public health benefits to adults, not just youth. We are trying to do everything we can from a legislative perspective to keep these out of youth's hands.
A public hearing on this topic is scheduled for November 5th at 7:30 p.m. Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for County Report This Week.
In Montgomery County, there is a zoning change when it comes to telecommunication towers. Councilmember Hans Rimmer has more details.
So today we introduced a zoning change that will legalize the wireless network infrastructure of the future. Going forward, our cell phones are going to start talking to antennas that are no longer on really tall towers off in the distance. They're going to be small antennas that are on top of light poles or utility poles. They're going to have to be at the street level because that's how networks are evolving. But today, that is not allowed in the county in residential zones. It's only allowed in commercial zones. The problem is we all use our devices at home. We know that. Our cell phones are used just as much at home as at work. We also have numerous other devices that we all use at home. We know we need wireless networks at home too. And the future requires a densification of the equipment. It has to come down off of the top of a 10-story tower onto a light pole, onto a utility pole. So this is going to legalize the distance of no closer than 30 feet to a house, but generally trying to incentivize the industry to place them 60 feet or more from a house. So we feel like that strikes a good balance, keeps them, not too close, but at the same time still workable and functional from a wireless network perspective.
Coming up on County Report This Week, the Department of Environmental Protection wants you to save on energy costs. And county health officials encourage residents to get a flu shot. Those stories and more when we come back.
Introducing Ride on Flex, Montgomery County Department of Transportation's new on-demand transit service to help you get around in defined Rockville and Glenmont-Wheaton zones. Download the Ride on Flex app to book your ride. No fixed stops or fixed schedules. The Flex comes when you book. New 11-passenger buses are wheelchair accessible and have free Wi-Fi. And you ride for $2 or less. Visit rideonflex.com for service areas and hours of operation.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Join residents across the area for Montgomery County's annual celebration of volunteerism, Community Service Month, which runs through October. Choose a date-specific volunteer projects from the Volunteer Center's website or sort through the hundreds of ongoing volunteer opportunities to find the volunteer activities that are most meaningful to you. Many of the service projects also provide students with a chance to earn student service learning hours. Service projects are posted on the Volunteer Center's website at montgomeryserves.org or you can call 240-777-2600 for more information. October is Energy Action Month, which reduces the importance of education and collective action to reduce our energy use and to save resources and money, and also to achieve the county's goal of reducing 80% of greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. Joining us is Department of Environmental Protection Director Adam Ortiz to tell us more about the educational events taking place. Welcome, Adam, and what can we expect this year?
Oh, there's so much happening, Lorna. It's a great time, and the important thing people should know is that there's something everybody can do to help. So there's events happening throughout the county at our partners at Alcohol and Beverage Services, at Miscellaneous Distillery, and at libraries throughout the county. So check our website, find out what's going on near you, and come check us out. But there's opportunities to learn, and there's opportunities to lower your energy bills and help the environment.
What is the one tip you can give consumers today about saving?
Well, the most important thing is to be mindful of the everyday things that we do. So it's getting colder out, so we're paying more attention to our thermostats. But we're going to suggest to people to keep your thermostats at 68 degrees if you're in the house, and when you leave, program your thermostat to go down to around 60 degrees. That will save you a lot of money and save the environment a lot. Also, look around your house, and if you have old incandescent bulbs, switch them out with LED bulbs. That'll save you money, and they're very cheap too. Also, if you call your utility, they'll come out and do it for you.
Oh, well, thank you for those tips. Now, for more information on Energy Action Month and the events taking place, visit montgomeryenergyconnection.org. The City of Rockville will conduct a vote-by-mail election for mayor and 4 council members this year. My MC Media's Jordan Lindsay was at one of the candidate debates. She has more.
Candidates in the 2019 City of Rockville election participated in a debate during a forum presented by the Rockville Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday.
The Chamber of Commerce actually won a lottery to host one of the 3 televised debates.
There are 2 candidates for mayor and 13 candidates for 4 council seats.
All elections are important, and I think we're finding more and more participation. This will be a very interesting election in Rockville because for the first time we've got vote by mail. So I think we'll have a lot more involvement, and I think it's important that the people who have not been involved get an opportunity to see the candidates actually debate, hear about them directly.
Community members had a chance to hear from the candidates and their goals, which included pedestrian safety, housing affordability, and education. The next forum will take place on Tuesday, October 15th. Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay for a County Report This Week.
County health officials announced the dates for the annual flu vaccination campaign and urged residents to get a flu vaccination. Vaccination is the best way to protect against illness during flu season. County-sponsored seasonal flu vaccination clinics will be held beginning in late October. Check the county's flu website at montgomerycountymd.gov/flu for information on flu vaccination. Flu shots will be available to individuals 6 months of age or older. Schedule appointments on the county's website or call 311. And now it's time to meet our Pet of the Week. This week we want to introduce you to Cindy Clawford. She's a spayed 12-year-old domestic short hair. This gentle lady enjoys being a lap cat and would love to live out the rest of her years with a family of her own. If you're interested, you can visit the shelter's website at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD to learn about the adoption process. And don't forget to follow Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at MCASAC. And with that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember, you can find out more information about Montgomery County at montgomerycountymd.gov or follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.